Okay, so can we start, ma'am?
Just a minute, sir. Just a minute. Just
Okay.
a minute. Ganesh sir, we are ready. We can start now.
All right. Uh, Good evening, everyone. All of them, I think all of them will be in their home, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Right. So, they all are from which semester?
Sir, they are from 8th, 5th, and 3rd semester.
Eighth semester, huh?
8th, 5th, and 3rd semester. All 3 years students are there.
Okay. Sixth semester students. Okay, got it.
Yes, sir.
All right. So, we will start this session looking at entrepreneurship. So, how many of you are interested in entrepreneurship? Can you raise your digital hand? Like you are interested in doing something in the startup. So, can you raise a virtual hand? Okay. So, not sure if all of you are here or all of you are off video. Okay. So, I will share about one of the aspect which is very important in you know startup, right? So I will share from the way the startup works, right? See, startup generally starts with the what we call as problem. When you take about any idea or you want to do anything, what is very important is uh, the problem what we are trying to solve. Okay, if we have clarity on the problem, we can resolve that, right? So if you don't have the knowledge on the problem, then it becomes a very big issue. So what is the problem we are trying to solve is the most critical answer you need to answer, right? So whenever you take any startup, the first important thing is what's the problem we are trying to solve. So let me share with you that what is the problem that I'm looking to solve, right? So I will share from one of the experience that I have been working. Okay. So, so one of the startup which I'm working on currently, we call it as, you know, uh, Gully system, which focuses on building softwares for, you know, the customers, right? So let me share if I can share the screen. All of you can see my screen? You can see my screen,
Yes,
right?
sir.
Yeah. Yeah. See, one of the thing what I realized is I run this company which focuses on technology, right? So what in the technology we solve is, you know, like we build one software for each industry. Okay, so when you click on this, we have software for each industry. For example, we have hospitals, we run hospital management system, we have a paying guest, we do paying guest management system. There are a lot of bakeries we go and we buy product, right? But what is that bakery we will look at doing is that's a bakery management system, interior design management system, pest control management system, restaurant management system. So we have done a software for each industry, right? So how are we? See, one is you need to look at the problem you are solving. And when you pick the problem, what you will solve, you need to look at, can you repeat the, so why you solved one problem, so you made, decent money by solving one problem. But if you want to make more money, you need to repeat this solution for the same problem for similar needs. Because if you keep working on one problem, you got the solution. But if you have to solve, one new problem, then again it's a big problem, right? So that is why it is very critical. First is you have to choose the problem. Second is you need to understand the demand of the market demand of the solution. Like you came with the problem, you found a solution. Now, is there a demand, right? If there is a demand, then you can, you can do many things, right? So like if I have to take from a context of, I will give you an example of what we have done. Like we have built a multiple product. Uh, I will explain you about one of the product which is called gullypg.com. See, what did I do? The PG management system, what I built, I have rebranded it as a, separate brand. We call it as a gullypg.com. So what this gullypg.com does, right? It allows every PG to manage multiple branches and it tracks the rent collection for the rent collection and food collection. Okay. And what are the other things it will help? It will help, okay, how much payments has been paid by the people who stay in the PG. Okay. And when the person who stays in the PG leaves the PG, now the challenge is when they leave, we want to know what is the maintenance fees we need to deduct. So we need to know how much money was paid in advance, right? And how many beds they had selected. Okay. Uh, and we need to know how many bookings are available. Okay. So I will give you one demo. See, these are some example. Okay. So when we go to a dashboard, we look at, the number of guests who are there, and we can look at the invoices, the performer invoice. See, Then we can look at invoices. See, performa invoice means before they pay money, we will show them this is what is the money they need to pay. Then we have the rooms and the bed, right? And we have the staff who will manage and the different aspect. We call it as a gully PG. Okay, so now uh, we have built so we understood the problem. We understood what is the solution we need to do. We did the solution also. Okay, now how do we actually get more customers for a specific problem, right? That is where the most important area, in entrepreneurship is like you need to now know the technology aspect. You build a technology, you understood the problem, you came with the solution. Now, the most important aspect we need to look at is how do we do the marketing? Okay. Like if I have to do marketing very well, what I need to do in order to get the, customers, prospective customers. So then I started, see, our vision is we help in marketing, sales, software, and HR and training and development. We have done, we call ourselves as a group company called Gully Group, where we have multiple companies within that. Okay. So what does this Gully Hills do? It provides, now when we work with business owners, we understand most of the business owners would not have an idea how to do marketing and sales. They will not know. So that is where what we do. We sit with them and understand, okay, how much revenue you want to make in your company, right? And we train their sales team. We coach them how to reach those goals, and we can help them in lead generation also. What is lead generation? It's like we doing a certain level of getting the inquiries from Google, getting the inquiries from social media, right? You might have seen the advertisement in Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram. These are all the access of, you know, these are different way you can generate the leads. So let's see what is lead generation, right? So we look at different process, and one is get it. If people will go and search for, I'm looking for a PG management software, we need to come on top. And when people are searching for a specific keyword related to PG management, then there will be advertisement. We have to do Google ads. Then if you go to Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter, there we will do social media marketing. And then we do even email marketing, landing page optimization, influencer marketing. You might have seen Instagram reels and all. These are all something called. So I'm explaining you one use case. Like, let's take this product Gully PG. Now we understand a lot of people need PG management system. Now we built the software. We understood the problem, we created it. Now, how do we grow that business, right? So that is where we look at, the lead generation aspect, where we help them in lead generation. So, what is lead generation? How does it work? See, if you go to, let's say, I click on this Gully sales. Let's look at what and all things we do in Gully sales. Okay. See, one of the important thing you need to keep doing is you keep posting like this in social media. Okay, we call this as a social media calendar. Okay, so the same post, what we posted in LinkedIn, we will do it here also. So if you notice here, these are some of the posts we have added in, social media. Like we understand whom we need to target, and we have created a content around it, and also images are done. So this aspect we call it as a social media posting, which is a organic method. Okay. So there will be a content writer who will create the content. And once the content is created, the designer will create this creative, and we will take that creative and we will post in multiple regions, right? We also do the same, you know, in Instagram also, okay, where we create a post, do it, okay. Now, what else we do? We have helped companies, when you talk about lead generation, one is doing like this, okay. See, we talked about generating customers for our things, okay. So generally what happens when you want customers, you also need to look at how customers are searching for us. So you can search paying guest management system. It's a Google AdWord tool where you search and see. We can look at few more keywords. Okay, there are only 100 to 1000 views. What is there? And there are 3 months saying 0%, year over increase is 900%, competition is low. And if you go to Google and you search for paying guest management software, okay, if you notice, there are already different softwares that are coming on top. And you will also see we are already coming in the 11th place, paying guest management software, right? So if you search for certain keywords, if you notice, we are organically positioned in 11th place. See, we would not know where are we positioned, we will not know. So there is a software called Google Search Console. It's a tool which is focused on, it will tell you what is happening, for what keywords we are coming on top. Everything you can see here. See, if you type for PG management system, right? It is telling our position is 13.3. So let's see if it is accurate. If you notice, it is coming in the 12th place. Okay, so we are coming in the 12th place here, Gully PG. Okay, so see, this is a very interesting use case where you see uh, different keyword and right, and for each of the keyword, what is our rank, you will see. It is telling PG Manager app. We have not used the PG Manager. Okay, we only targeted for paying guest management software. So if you use paying guest software, so it is telling we are in the 7th place. Yeah, we are in the probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. So whatever numbers you see here is really good. So what you need to do, yes, Karthik, you have a question? Okay, Karthik has lowered the
No,
hand.
sir.
See, okay, great. See, one of the thing what you need to look at is you see in entrepreneurship, it's all about solving the problem. Now, what problems are you going to solve is very important. Is okay. I looked at, okay, there is a problem which is managing systems. See, I came this with this word called gully system, which is focused on you know management systems. like hospital management system, dental clinic management system, bakery management system, like that. And what we do is each of the knowledge what is there, we created that as a brand, and we created this product. Now we have the product with us. We have deployed this product in one of the customer place. We are looking to sell to many people. How can we sell to many people? One of the way we can sell to many people is hire a field sales people, right? So you go to naukri.com, right? And if you search for sales jobs, see, these are the jobs which people have already uh, posted. So similarly, we can also post one job requirement that we are looking for a field salesperson, and that field salesperson will apply for it. We will do interview and we close them. Okay. Another way of looking at it is, okay, can we get organic reach? Like if people search for paying guest management software, can we come on top? So similarly, when we search for one particular thing, now can you see there is an ad here, RMS Cloud. Okay, this is a ad. This is called PPC, pay per click advertisement. So this is one of the technique of if you can't get online, you will get it, right. So you will advertise in Google and get it. Another way is social media marketing. Like what are the ads you will see? For example, I will show you. So can you see here? It shows promoted. So looking at my profile, we can do the advertisement. Okay. I will show you one more technique in the lead generation, which is called Sales Navigator. It's a LinkedIn tool. So, for example, see, accounts means it's a company, leads means a individual. So, I will go to account filter. It's a paid tool. It will probably cost you some 6-7 thousand per month. So, you can go to the industry and you say, okay, this industry is not there. So let me explain by hospitals and healthcare. And I will say the location is, uh, you know, actually all are from Bangalore. I will choose Bangalore. Okay, so then I want to know the company headcount. Okay, right now let's not include the company headcount. Okay, so if you notice, we got the results here, right? So how many results did we get? 315 results. So I will click on, you know, let's say I will click on Justice Case Hegde Charitable Hospital. One example I'm saying. Okay, so we can see who are the decision makers. If you have any directors or decision makers, you can click on. Now that is not there. So I will click on this and see there are two decision makers here. Okay, Chief of Research and also I can send a message to them. Okay, so I've sent some messages in the past for few people. Predominantly, we look at from a different aspect. So this is one of the tool that is used for targeting LinkedIn. And in Google, I explained you how to target the Google SEO and Google Ads, and social media I shared. And content marketing is mostly focused around the kind of content you create, that we get on the top of the Google. You need to write good content. For example, I will share with you. See, this is another company I run, which is called Gully Sales Private Limited. We focuses on providing content marketing for things. So let's say I click on bakery. So I write about marketing strategy for bakery business. What are the benefits, right? So the benefits of marketing sales, it creates a strong branding, customer loyalty, better engagement, online presence, cost effective, what is the process, website design development, SEO, social media management, pay per click, email marketing, content marketing, video marketing, referral marketing. So these are the benefits and why the people who run the bakery should choose us for marketing sales is we have expertise in this. We can customize the sales and marketing services. Say like that, okay? So we were talking about the PG. So let's keep our discussion on the PG. So we have discussed about this. Then email marketing, landing page optimization, influencer marketing. We can also create a influencer marketing where we can ask people to do some work. Like they can create a video for us and do it. So this is how we do marketing sales. So then we get the customers and then recurringly customers starts paying money. See, any idea you have, okay, all the idea you have, initially it will be just an idea, okay? But most important is when you have any idea, that idea needs to be executed. And when you execute the idea, now you have the idea, you're executing the idea, it's a great thing. But you need users who can use this product, right? Product or services and start paying money for you. And only when people start paying money for you, you feel this idea is very successful. You got it, no? Yeah. So that is what is very critical in terms of, this idea and what we will do in the thing. So I explained you about one of the idea, how we can take and what actions can be taken and how do we cause those results, right? So if you have any questions with that, I will stop my communication. If you have any idea or anything, we can start. I will be happy to answer. If you have any idea that you want to work as a startup, I can take the questions and we can end it. Yeah, I'm open for questions now.
Students, if you have any questions, you can ask now.
Yeah, Madhu, you have any questions or you have raised accidentally? Okay, that's all I had, ma'am. We can end the session.
Okay, sir, actually it was a very beautiful session and a very meaningful session. Sir, I have one question.
Yeah.
Sir, actually, uh, how how we can able to make this SEO, that is search engine optimization, use this effectively, sir?
Yeah, see, very good question. See, one of the thing when you look at anything you want to make it successful, there are a couple of important things you need to do. Uh, the number one thing is first you need to analyze. You can go to software. You can write some of the primary keyword and search and see. Google will give you something like this. How do you manage paying guests? What is the paying management? How do you manage? What are the systems in India? Is PG, like you can also look at some of the questions, it will be there. Right? Pay management software for free, best paying management software, PG project management. So all these questions will come. Based on that questions, you can actually create some content. Okay. And if you see the source of the content, right? For example, I go here and say view page source. You will see majority is page title and description. And, this is social media, you know, title and description. Okay, so what is very important is these features, we have to create the content, a very rich content, which Google gives importance for us, and this content has to be unique. See, Google loves content. So this is one. We call this as a on-page SEO. Second important you need to see is as a engineers we have to see when I open in the when I open this in the you know in the mobile, how does it look? When I open in the tablet, right? So this is the mobile view. I think so. This is how it comes in the mobile view, right? So is it mobile responsive? How fast it loads? So these are called technical SEO. Then if you want to rank for a specific keyword, like say, for example, I want to rank PG management software companies in Bangalore and all, then I need to add those landing pages and create. Okay, we provide this software for all the particular location that we call it as a local SEO. So local SEO, technical SEO, on-page SEO. Off-page SEO means submitting this URL in different directory. Then it is called off-page SEO. That is one of the way of achieving search engine optimization technique. Yes.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much for that. Sir, one more question.
Hmm.
Sir, actually, when we start with a new idea, when we come up with a new idea,
Hmm.
so the major concentration will be upon the implementation of that idea, and
Hmm.
along with that, what percentage of this digital marketing content creation will gain us the customers, sir? What
Yeah.
ratio?
Yeah. So your question is, how much effort we need to put
Yeah,
in
yeah.
digital marketing?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir. Correct.
Yeah. See, one of the thing what you need to understand is how do you want to acquire the customer, right?
Yes,
So,
sir.
like customers are always there. They spend their time in multiple. So one thing is we need to study a customer. Who is the customer? So we call this as buyer persona. Okay. So like I will share with you.
Yes,
Uh,
sir.
see, whenever you have, you know, I'm using mind mapping tool. Okay. One is we need to understand something called buyer persona. See, we need to understand who is the customer we are looking to target. Okay. So let's say
Okay.
in B2C and in B2B. Okay. So if it is let's take a dental clinic and hospital. So for them, buyer persona will be the age range, right? So
Yes, sir.
much before that, like what is the value proposition? So if someone has a fever, so if any who can come here, right? So we can say age range. Okay, we can say children, then adult. So if it is a children, what should be their age? Okay, so let's say we'll say if you have a pediatrics for younger people, you can say 0 to 5 years. Then you can say maybe more than 12 years or something. Okay, so
Yes, sir.
then you also need to look at the income level, like what is the money they have and things. Then you will look at what kind of phones they use, which locality they live, which city they live, they have, what are the challenges they have. Okay. In B2B, we look at which is the industry. So, for example, when I'm talking PG, it's PG industry. Then I will look at okay, what are the next thing I need to do? Okay, so what should be the location? I will say okay, location should be Mangalore. Then I will say what should be the revenue of the business? How many employees or what are the total employees it should have? So any PG which has some four employees is, and their revenue should be minimum 30 lakh per month revenue. Then they will pay certain money for us. So they should have minimum four employees, and the total beds they should have is, let's say, 400 beds, for example, and the location should be anywhere in Karnataka. So like this, first is we need to define the thing, and we need to understand what are their goals and challenges. So when we know the goals and challenges, it is easy for us to understand. And when you go, like whenever you are doing marketing, when you run ads, so one of the thing what you have to see is this message. See, this
Okay.
message is targeted for people who are the founders. Because I
Okay.
have a job title founder, they are running the ad focus on me, and they have one photo and a text. So these goals and challenges will consist of the content what you will communicate to the user. So if you understand the persona, we call it, the management term in marketing and sales, we use it called buyer persona. Like we define who is the buyer, what is the persona of him, and even in here, we can look at family members. How many people will be there? What are the car they use? What are the bike they use? What are the mobiles they use? Do they stay in what kind of house? Right? Income level of the family. Okay, and how many family members are there? So these are all individual people whom we are targeting. When you are looking at B2B, you are looking at company-wise data. So once you define it, then you can run ads and do it. So when you talk about digital marketing, it's a combination of multiple aspects, right?
Okay.
It's not like only few aspect, right? So you go here. Digital marketing consists of sub-services like SEO, social media, PPC. So when you go to social media, again, it will have multiple like Facebook marketing, LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, WhatsApp marketing. Okay, so when you say PPC, you will have again, you need to do keyword research, bid management. So many aspects will combine. So overall, it is all about content, graphics, and the way you communicate the message in the internet to get it.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Sir, one last question.
Yeah,
Sir,
please go.
as
Mm,
a as a student or as an initial person, the
mm,
fund is raising the fund itself is a big task.
yeah,
So, what are some of the sources that students can approach to raise these funds, and how the funds can be managed as a fresher? I think we could few points upon this will be helpful.
yeah, perfect. Great question. See, the government is very supportive, and there are, see, when you look at any company, what about funding? So what you can look at is when you take any initiatives, for example, if you talk about funding, uh, there is something called incubation, okay, and there is something called acceleration. There is also one more thing which is called ideation. So ideation is the first step, incubation is the thing, acceleration is the third thing. So ideation is like you have an idea, you don't know whether you want to do it and all. So this is one. Incubation is you have built the prototype. You still don't know whether this will solve the problem and all. You are working on it. Here, you build the product. It's you are generating revenue, and you want to increase the revenue. So this is where you join the accelerators. We call it as accelerators. Here we call it as incubators. So mostly, predominantly, we have incubators and accelerator many places. So you know the problem, you are building the solution, but you are still evaluating whether this works or not. See, funding is always, see, there are two ways of looking funding. For example, uh, if you look at any idea, investor I always look at is what's the unique problem that you can solve which other people can't solve? And why do you think that you are the best person to solve this idea or the problem? Okay, like what is the solution? Do you have a great team? Do you have the solution for it? And mostly when you are looking at nowadays, if you are building any product through a AI, artificial intelligence, machine learning, or generative AI, data analytics concept, you get more funding because that's a trend right now. Uh, Similarly, you may be solving anything. Okay, so one exercise what I would say is you follow some of the websites like Your Story, where you get a lot of startup news, what is happening in startups, who is getting funding, how much money they are making, and go to ink42.com. Okay, ink42.com also covers a lot of startup news. And in US, if you want to focus, there is a site called crunchbase.com, which has getting a lot of funding this week. If you notice, there are 686 funding happened, 6.7 billion was spent on acquisition, and 101 acquisition happened. So, which investors, which companies raised funding? What was the round of the funding you mentioned? And there is a news portal called TechCrunch. Here you will read about, you know, all the startups which are getting funding, the events and other things. This is focused across the world. Your story and Ink42 predominantly focus on India. So you can get some idea, and also there are some websites like Product Hunt, which has a aggregator of all the products. Like any unique idea, they list it here. You will get some idea about it. So funding is predominantly focused around multiple aspects. I will share this link. Uh, you know, you search Sequoia is a very good, investor. They talk about a business pitch. So you talk about your company purpose and describe the pain of your customer, come up with the solution, why you chose this problem, why you want to do now, what's the potential of the idea, what's the competition, the business model, how do you make money, okay, and the team, what you have, why your team can solve it, how much revenue are you achieving, what is your cost, how much money do you need, what is your vision. If you write all these statements, this will give you a edge of what customers are expecting from you. Sorry, what investors are expecting from you. This will be a good point for you to know. See, the main thing what I recommend is you make money. Like, don't come with conceptual idea. Oh, I have this idea will work. If it works, create a product, go to the market, sell it, make some money, then go to the investor and say, hey, listen, I have this idea, I built this product and it's used by the customers and they are paying money to us. And when you get that level of confidence, 100% anyone will invest on that.
Yes,
Yes.
sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. You have answered all the questions and most of our doubts got cleared. And it's been worth spending the time. This 1 hour is worth spending with you, sir. And we are very thankful to you, sir.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for giving me opportunity to share my knowledge here. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Initially, we had our perspective about the digital marketing is different. Now, after listening to your talk, we got to know how depth the digital marketing is. And we are thankful to you again. Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you very much.
You are welcome. Thanks.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Uh,
Okay.
yes,
Yeah.
sir.
And that's all I had, ma'am.
Yes, sir. Actually, Bharat sir is he was traveling. He will contact you later, sir.
No problem. Thanks.
Yes, yes,
So
yes.
someone
Thanks,
has
sir. Thank you.
posted a message, Pratham P.
Okay.
Shetty.
Yeah, just a minute.
What is the difference between traditional marketing and digital marketing? See, there are two difference, Pratham. So if you talk marketing, see, there is a difference between marketing and sales. Marketing is how do you create an interest with your audience and get their attention, right? There are many forms of marketing, right? SEO and different, digital way. If you talk about traditional marketing, that means I need to send a few marketing, people, like say I put a flyer, I put it in the newspaper, one ad. These are all the traditional way of marketing. The only challenge with the traditional and digital is in traditional, you can't track, how many people it reached and how many people actually saw the, ad or how many people viewed your post, right? Because you put it in the newspaper, you send it, how many people view, you don't know. So if you come with some strategy like, okay, you give some 5% discount on the newspaper, then people come and they call and they attend, then okay, this ad was, these people are coming from newspaper, you can see the success rate. But if it is a digital marketing, it's very critical, right? So you run the ad. If people are on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, or anywhere the ad shows up, they click, they come to the website. You can easily track the success rate of the digital marketing. How many people it reached, what is the engagement, and what's the conversion rate. Yeah, so that's the major difference between traditional marketing and digital marketing. Okay, there is a question from Ananya Udupa. As an entrepreneur, how do you identify the market opportunity and decide which ideas to pursue? Great question, Ananya. So, to answer, how do you identify the market opportunity and decide which ones to pursue? See, I actually was working, okay, I didn't share about myself. So, I was working as a software engineer. I did my Bachelor's of Engineering from Davangere UBDTC. After I passed out, I worked in a very small companies, and this was a US startup. I was a first employee here. I built a team. For 2 years, I worked here. Then I moved and I worked with Yahoo. And from 2011 onwards, I'm working on my own. So one thing what I realized is, like which one to choose. See, whenever you look at any idea, what I found is there are three things that are very important. One is your exceptional skill. You need to have an exceptional skill on working on it. There has to be a market demand, okay, and uh, and you should have an interest around it. If you don't have this three thing matching, for example, initially I worked on training business. Okay, I was very interested in that. Everyone needs training. There is a market demand. The problem is there are many skills that are there. So I couldn't focus on which skill I should focus. Like I run one company called Gully Academy, but the company name is Gully Education Private Limited. So where, see, I coach business owners in marketing, sales, finance, HR, and things, right? So one of the access what I found in all of this aspect when I work with customers are like they always had some challenges with their employees' skills. Okay, so when you are spending some time with the people, you will understand. So, like how do I know? See, whenever you look at how to choose the idea I mentioned. So, whenever you are choosing the idea, make sure these three things are connected. Okay, and how do I come with the market size? See, there are two approaches to the market size. One is called top-down approach. It comes in market research. Other is called bottom-up approach. So let's look at, okay, like go to Google and search for how many MSME companies are in India. So if you see, they are saying 6 lakh 30,000, 630 lakh enterprises are there. 3.3 lakh businesses that qualify as small businesses, of that is 0.5% of MSMEs and just 0.0. So 3.3 lakh business, let's take. Okay. So we are looking at top-down approaches. 3.3 lakh businesses are there. So among these 3.3 lakh businesses, okay, how many are manufacturing businesses? So let's say, okay, let's look at in another way. How many hospitals are in India? So there are, uh, many hospitals in India. We have all India 29,899. I don't know whether these are government hospitals or private hospitals. Okay, let's look at statistics. Okay, there are 70,000 hospitals are there here. Okay, so let's say one example I'm saying 70,000 hospitals are there. So if this 70,000 hospital, how many are multi-speciality? How many are super specialty? How many are clinics? So like, see, we work with few hospital, like we work with Kerur Pain Clinic. It's one of the, healthcare, their pain management specialist from Belgaum. We also work with one hospital in Bangalore, which is called Cord Road Hospital. Okay, we are helping them in building this website and the traffic. So one thing what you need to say is like clinics may be there. These are like maybe one or two doctor company. Super specialty, maybe multi specialty, maybe some 10-15 doctors, and super specialty will be this. So in this 70,000 of the thing, how do you divide, and which one do you take? Bottom up is like, okay, bottom up means from the bottom you will start. Like say, how many localities uh, localities are there in let's say Bangalore, because all of you are in Bangalore. Okay, so there will be let's see how many localities are there. So there are 63 localities. So let's say I have one locality, and in one locality I will say I have two clinics and one hospital, I will say. Okay, so if I have 63 localities, so that means I have 63 hospital and 126 clinics. This is called bottom up approach. Like you start with small and you increase it. So this is how you arrive at market size. This is how you choose the idea. See, now how do you decide which idea to go is something like, you have a problem and you solve the problem, you have a solution, and it has to be a unique solution. See, if, for example, if I go to a hospital and say, okay, I will help you in digital marketing, there are many companies who can do digital marketing. Now, how am I different from them? I will tell them, listen, I will help you in, okay, your hospital revenue is 25 crore or 50 crore. I will help you to increase your hospital revenue from 50 crore to 100 crore. How do I do that? I have a solution which is called sales process. Then I have something called sales ops management, operations management. Then I talk about lead generation. In the lead generation, I talk about website, I talk about SEO, I talk about content marketing, I talk about ads. All these things is we talk in the lead generation, right? Sales process, sales operation, and lead generation. Now imagine if I go to a hospital and say, I do a website for you. They will say, can you do the website for me in 50,000? Maybe it's not a great market for me to penetrate, right? So the problem for hospital is not the website. The problem is, how do I build a branding, and how do I create a positive word of mouth among patients, prospective patients, right? So how do I create a positive word of mouth among prospective patients? Now this will help them to come here. So do I have an exceptional skill? Yes, I have a team of people who are good in this aspect. And do I have a market demand? Absolutely. Always hospitals, there are like so many hospitals and clinic. Do I have an interest? Absolutely. Because I understand I can make a difference to, hospitals, we can do well. So this is how you choose the idea. It's not like thing you come and you do. But what I recommend is any idea you start, it doesn't come like this. Like when I started out, I was like a typical software engineer. I used to do websites and I used to do software for company. But as I started working with people, I understood mostly people don't give value for the solution what you are giving. You need to understand the value of what customer wants. You don't need to, you know, you need to give the value what customer wants, not what you want to offer, right? If you have a deeper understanding of the problem, probably you will make, uh, you will choose the right idea. So, but whatever it is, start solving the idea, then you will know, oh, this is a great area or bad idea. If you don't do anything, you will not know. Thank you, Ananya, for asking that question. Anyone else has any questions?
Well, sir.
Yeah. Yes.
Sir, as a startup, you might have the revenue won't be constant or incremental always. So it
Yeah.
will fluctuate, right? So how do you face those times? And how you face the failures?
Yeah. Very good question. See, generally, Jabba Singh, right? Yeah. Yeah. See, one of the thing what you need to look at when you look at any company, like I will let me delete this. See, when you take any company or a startup, for example, so what is very critical when you do is you will have a HR and you will have finance and accounting and you will have something called corporate finance and you will have something called strategy and you will have something like a tech slash product. Then you will have operations, right? See, if you look at finance and accounting, you have to do budgeting. Okay, see, if you don't do budgeting or costing, then it's a problem, right? And you also need to know how much money you will get. That is the revenue. And in HR, you need to know what are the full-time employees you need, and what are the contract you can outsource, right? Or you can bring in certain things. So how much money you need here. And you can also look at variable expenses. Say, for example, for me, like maybe I need to spend on Zoom subscription, Microsoft email, okay, web hosting, and I need to keep maybe 3 months of salary, what I need to pay for people. And in the tech, what is the product development we will do? Which are the locations we will launch? Which are the products we will launch? Corporate finance is where you look at fundraising and things. Operation is you look at, okay, I have the project with me. How quickly can I deliver the project and collect the payment from customer? So if you manage all these things, you will do well. Mostly you will do well. And to do that, 100% you need working capital. Now, working capital could be something like you take a loan from, your family, friends and do it, or you get some money from your friends. We can call them as angel investor, right? But how do you see? One way is you pull in the money and you start the business. Another way is you get the money from the customer payments. So if you get the money from the customer payments, it will not be a problem. So the second question you asked is how do you survive? How do you deal with the crisis? See, this is part of the thing. So initially keep the cost very low. Like don't hire, like when I started Gully Sales, probably for first 6 to 8 months, I was alone. Mostly I outsourced all the content writing, graphic design, website development work with vendors. I used to only manage the consulting part with the customers. And once I managed the consulting part with the customers, they understood my value. I saw over a period of 8, 9 months, I generated enough capital. Um, then I built the in-house team in the marketing, right? So you will have to play around with the money you have. You can get the money from the customer. You don't need the initial capital, you know. You can manage. I think keep the cost low. That's the important funda.
Thank you, sir. That was very informative.
Yeah. Thank you for asking that question.
Yes, thank you very much, Ganesh sir, for answering all our queries. Thank you very much, sir.
Yeah. Thank you, everyone. Bye.
Yes, sir. Students can leave now, exit.
പ്രണവ് പറഞ്ഞു കൊണ്ട് കൊടുക്കുന്നു ഹോസ്പിറ്റലിൽ പോകണം അവിടെ കുറച്ച് ടൈം ഉണ്ട് വേഗം ആക്കി തരാം. നാളെ മാം വരണം മെസ്സേജ് ഇട്ടില്ല ഐ വിൽ ബി നോട്ട് ദെയർ ടുമാറോ. നാളെ ക്ലാസ് എടുക്കണം മാം വിജയലക്ഷ്മി.